Hello, welcome to Michael's Rants and Anime Reviews, where I talk about anime related stuff and whatever comes to my mind, which since I'm fixated on anime, most of the time it's anime. So, the last video we had, this is by the way, this is a part 2 out of this two-part video series. We're talking about cartoons versus anime, or more politically correct, American animation versus Japanese animation. And we were talking about a couple of different things. I'll just highlight them real quick. Here in America, basically, we have two different genres of cartoons. And that's what we're used to. We were growing up watching this, and we will probably watch this for the next 1,000 years, so to speak. We have talking animals, and we have superheroes. Now, don't get me wrong, I like talking animals, and I like superheroes, but that's all we have, and that's all we're used to. And we think that just because we have those two, that's all we're going to ever have. So, talking animals, talking inanimate objects, all goes in there. Superheroes, it can range from a dumb, funny superhero to like a more serious one like Justice League or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Next one thing we're talking about is that there's not enough education about anime. Because of that, people judge anime by their first anime experience. Oh, I watched Pokemon. I've seen anime before. I didn't like it. No, that's just no. Okay, that's stuff like that we talked about in the last video. If you want to know more about that, last video,
go watch it again.
Yes. Okay. Little did they realize there are many genres. Anime is not a genre. It's not a genre. It's not a genre. Anime has genres. Billions of genres. Billions of styles for everything. You can't say that you don't like television shows. Oh yeah, I don't like live action television shows. No. I mean you can say that if you want, if that's not your style or whatever.
It's probably not true.
But but it's like saying that is like saying that you don't like, anime in general. It's such a
animation.
Animation, yeah, but it's such a broad term. It's because anime in particular, Japanese animation has so many, it's ridiculous. Okay? If you don't like subtitles, watch it in dub. If you don't like dubs, watch it in subs. You can't just not like both.
If you don't like both, then learn to speak Japanese and watch it in raw.
Yes. Okay.
But that's a bit over the top.
Anyway,
don't worry about
that. Yeah. Okay. Anime isn't just cartoon characters with spiky hair and colorful eyes and colorful hair, and no.
All over.
Well, we've gotten accustomed to certain things about anime, certain styles, and we think that's just what it all is. It brings us to our last point, that what we see is what's advertised. Over in Japan, they're like, oh yeah, these Americans, what are we gonna give them? What will they catch on to? Let's give them Pokemon. It's making a bunch of money and it has a large fan base. Let's throw it out there. If they don't like it, then we'll still be rich, right? That's what we see is what they show us, what they advertise. So what we see over here is only just the tip of the iceberg, okay? There's so much more. They like to hawk all the good stuff to themselves, so we have to search for it. So now what we're going to talk about today is seriousness in anime and how it affects why there's not as much anime as there could be on TV and whatnot. We have to search so much for it. Now over here in television shows, you don't really get that seriousness, that realisticness, sometimes the negativity that comes in a realistic TV show or anime. We'll go watch Batman the Dark Knight, or let's see here, like some serious television show or movie or just something, with like just an air of seriousness to it. Can you think of a movie that's like serious?
Like here in America?
Yeah, a live action movie that's like, like Mission Impossible or James Bond or something. Perfect. We'll watch that. But then when as a cartoon, the most serious it gets is Justice League. Which can be kind of silly sometimes because it just is so fantastical. It's just so cartoony and just it doesn't have any real problems. I mean, You know.
I mean, there are some problems there once in a while, but not that.
Yeah,
major.
like a villain is attacking the Justice League or the Earth is in danger, but it's like
Yeah,
I can't relate to that.
Yeah, the Earth is in danger. Okay, so but it's not like it's gonna blow up or something because they're always gonna end up fixing it.
Yeah,
maybe sometimes it's like really close, maybe like a meteorite is going,
or maybe even will because they'll like reverse time or something.
That's it.
I mean, it's just like good guys always win, bad guys always lose. Bad guys are always pure evil. Good guys are always pure good. Or they'll have the anti-hero where they're kind of like rough around the edges. But if it's a cartoon, most of the time, you know, it'll always work itself out.
Yeah, and also maybe the good guys are pure evil, or the good guys are pure good, and the bad guys are not pure evil, but they can change, and then they're nice and good, and everything's peachy keen. But then what happens to the story? There's nothing else. I mean, who's going to be the next bad guy?
Exactly. And you have to replace him. So, basically, yeah. So, basically, you have the fact that, you know, there's seriousness. It's not realistic. And in anime, you have a range of different problems that can happen. A range of different realistic situations. One of your main characters can undergo many different problems. Among some of these problems,
and we're talking about anime here.
Anime, Japanese animation. They can undergo addictions and bad habits. So that's something that you find is really personal. Like, you know, I remember the manga, or no, a comic actually. It was about Green Arrow. And he found out that Speedy was a drug addict, and that was like all controversial and everything back in the day. But you know, that's about as serious as it gets in the comics. You know, I mean, it gets more serious in the American comics than it does in the cartoons. So you know, in anime, they can have serious personal problems that they deal with, family issues with their parents or their kids. If it's a kid, the kids can be abused. If it's a family or it's a parent, and the kids can be rebellious or go off and cause just
mischief
and just real problems, like the stuff you read about on the news, that sort of stuff. You know, the main character could get cancer and have to deal with it. Okay, they may not die at the end, but you always find out, especially with that type of situation, you always learn something. It's just like in the movies, you know, a character gets cancer and then they start thinking about things differently and acting differently, have more fun and stuff. I mean, those are always good movies. I know some of you like that sort of stuff. That's an anime. Yeah. So, you know, you have to think of it differently. That's what I feel. And you know, anime, there's so many different. It is so vast. It's so three-dimensional. The characters are so so real, and you can put yourself in their shoes. Try putting yourselves in the shoes of Superman on the Justice League. This is going to cause a lot of controversy, a lot of trolling.
Problems.
You know, in the comment box below. But Superman has it easy. He has it easy.
He got that?
I mean, what is the biggest problem he has? You know, sometimes he doesn't always save the day. Sometimes he messes up or whatever. So it's like, oh my goodness, he's all weight of his shoulders on his, you know. But it's like, yeah, but you can't relate to that? You can't relate to any of the problems that he has?
No, you can't. I mean, you don't fight Doomsday or people like that, or Darkseid for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
it's a bit much.
I mean, even some of his personal problems with Lois Lane or whatever. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. It's like, when those sort of things come around, the comic and stuff, all of a sudden it starts getting good because that's about as serious as it gets. But that's just the tip of the iceberg with anime. So,
anime, such a wonderful word.
Anime, I'm not ashamed of using it. Sometimes I feel like it because, you know, I say anime and people are like, oh, He's one of those guys. Oh, and by the way, the one thing I want to wrap up. Us anime enthusiasts, we are not nerds. We are not geeks. We're not weirdos, and we're not young adults who need to grow up but just want to keep watching cartoons, and we sit in our mother's basements and in front of the computer and rot away eating Hot Pockets. No. We are the people that you see every day at school, at work, that you would never know, that you think that are cool, and you would never know, any more about them unless you ask. Those are anime enthusiasts. So talk to an anime enthusiast. Talk to someone who likes anime. Ask them what they like about it. Don't be shy to try something out. Don't fall for what is advertised always, and delve a little bit deeper, because you'll find there's a whole world of very deep and good and meaningful entertainment. So I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning into Mike's anime rants and reviews, and I will see you later. Goodbye. So, what do you think about anime?
Anime in general, just about it. Well, it's a very unique style of animation, I should say. I'm not really sure what I should say.
Yeah, I really think that it's just so underrated. I mean, in general over here, people... I'm not a nerd.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah, we're both nerds.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop this. So, yeah, anime, that's the stuff. No.
Like, what now?
I was gonna say something.
What were you gonna say?
This is awkward.
What? Did you record that?
Yeah.
You did?
No, am I recording now?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't record it. That's not gonna work. I'm an anime character.
Big, large, expressive eyes.
Anime. Animation.